I don't know if it's because I'm lonely.
Hydration is key. Hey my girlies, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Tasha. If you're not new, what's up? Today I'm back with the ultimate glowy summer makeup routine. Summer is truly in full swing right now. Like everything in me wants to put my hair in a bun, but for the sake of the vibes, like no. Skin is already moisturized. I actually should have put on my SPF, but I'm just gonna throw it on now because you gotta give your sunscreen a little moment to like really sit into the skin. So I'm just gonna pop this on. I am quite generous with my sunscreen because I just want to make sure I put on a lot. I know people like to use like the 2-finger method, but for me, I just do what I feel like I'm comfortable with. I think sometimes when I do the 2-finger, I put way too much, and I have a small face. And this is my Beauty of Joseon lotion. I also have been trying out the serum, which I really like, but I tend to use that more on my like really light makeup days or when I'm just wearing no makeup. But yeah, let me rub this in. I'm gonna leave it to sit for maybe 10 minutes just to like really lock in, and then we'll go into primers. So when it comes to primer, anything that grips and is hydrating is my go-to. So right now I've been using this Maybelline Grippy serum, absolutely loving it. Usually I use like my Milk Hydro Grip or my e.l.f. grip primer, like the same kind of vibes going on. As long as it grips my makeup, I'm good. So I'm just gonna take some out of the dropper and just apply her onto the skin, just to make sure we got that grip. And another reason why you want to let your SPF or your sunscreen really settle in is because if you put your primer on straight afterwards, you might get like not a streaky vibe, but you might see your sunscreen kind of like start to like show up and like look white. Honestly, it's kind of fine because you can kind of just rub it in and it will be fine. You really want to make sure you've given your skin the chance to like really like lock in that sunscreen before you apply anything else. I just applied a little bit more around my cheek area because that's where I put most of my makeup. So now I'm going to jump into our actual complexion. I'll be using a skin tint. Summertime is skin tint season, okay? We want something, in general, we want our makeup to feel lighter so it doesn't feel heavy on our skin, and skin tints are the perfect like base product if you want some coverage but not to feel like you got too much on, you know? So today I'm using my absolute fave right now, which is the Kylie Cosmetics skin tint. Miss Kylie girl, this is a fave, okay? You really did this one. I have the shade 10C, and you're meant to shake it before use. And we're just gonna pop this right on top. So I'm just gonna put a little here, around my mouth here. This is the ultimate blending. Where's the foundation brush? Is this it? Yes, I'll use this. I'm gonna go into this e.l.f. ultimate blending brush. I used this yesterday, so don't mind it, girl, don't mind it. And I'm just gonna really just tap it in first. And this skin tint is so light, it has almost kind of a matte finish. I almost forgot, I'm so glad I just remembered my bronzing drops. Like, what? In the summer, a bronzing drop just adds that extra level of glow and the extra richness to the skin. I love it. I have these two. I think I'm going to use Say today because I've been using so much of this, and I actually never realized how much I would like this. I actually got this in PR, and when I got it, I was like, why would I need bronzing drops? Girl, I'm bronze, I'm dark skin, girl, what bronzing drops? These are more of like a glowy drop, so I think they should have put glow drops on here because I thought it was like a bronzer, like tan type of vibe. But this is my Beauty Bay. It's actually really nice. I would love if this came in like a darker, a deeper bronzy tone, because these are actually quite similar in their tone. I wish like brands would come out with like a deeper bronzy like primer, because I think that would work better. This is the Say Glowy Super Gel and Sun Glow, and I feel like so many people love this Say Sun Glow. So it's a nice like golden like warm glowy super gel to put under makeup. So good. But I just wish there was one shade darker than this. I think it would just look so good, like, oh, gorgeous. And I'm just gonna pop it on, really. I'm just gonna pop that into the skin tint and just blend that all in. Look at the complexion, guys. Like, how gorgeous and glowy. The Kylie skin tint is actually quite matte. Like, without any like additional glow, it's matte, so if you want to have like a glowy kind of look, you're gonna have to add, either just go in with your skincare like I did, maybe go a little up a notch and add like a serum or essence to really like get your skin looking juicy. I just love it, so I'm just gonna blend up here. At this point we're gonna throw on some lashes, because you know I just need me some lashes. I don't know guys, I have really small eyes and I feel like without lashes sometimes my eyes just feel like they disappear. I'm going to use my Fenty, this is the Wear Even Hydrating Long Wear Concealer, and I have the shade 430W. I really do like this because I think you can kind of get best of both worlds. So if I want more of like a lighter coverage, I can achieve that, and if I want something more full coverage, more glam, I can also achieve that. I'm just gonna pop it on, and it's also very lightweight, it's not heavy, and gives such a pretty look. So I'm just gonna apply this like normal. Make sure to go and lift the eyes, especially because these lashes, I feel like they look a little dark, or maybe because I've just been using my, you know when you get used to a pair of lashes, like I wear my lashes like up to like 15 times, I'm not gonna lie. Like my lashes are great, very good quality. I clean them if I feel like they need cleaning, and I can rewear a pair of lashes down. But when you get a fresh pair, it's like, do I like these, do I not? Like, you just don't know. But yeah, I'm just gonna apply my concealer like usual. I'm gonna go on my forehead, and do you know what, like when I do this forehead concealer guys, it's not really, I'm not gonna say it's not for a purpose, it's just to balance out the face. It's, to me, it's just to balance the highlights of the face. That's literally all it's there for. And with this concealer, you are gonna want to leave it to set for a little bit if you do want coverage. I want some coverage today. I'm open to some coverage. This is my absolute favorite sponge. I am a sponge girly through and through. I know the girls are like, oh, but what's it called? Brushes, but I will never agree. I will never agree. I just feel like if you want your makeup to look soft, I think a sponge is just gonna do what you want it to do. Do you know what I mean? But let's pop on some bronzer, because you already know what is a summer look without bronzer. Like we gotta put on a bronzer. We're gonna go into the curve case, because I feel like this is great, especially in the summer months, because if you're getting a tan, if you're going on a holiday, sometimes you get a little darker, you get a little more color on you, and so this allows you to like kind of customize your bronzer, which is what I love. So I kind of run through them, just see how I feel, and that's the bronzer shade I get. So usually I like this one because it's kind of warm, go in this one because of depth, and sometimes I might be cheeky and pop into that one for a little bit of a contoury vibe. I'll just go between all of them really and sculpt out what I want. I can't tell you how many times I've gone on holiday and I've gone to bronze and I'm like, oh, this looks like my skin now. Like my bronzer isn't bronzing. This is like a great product to like help with that. Okay, so that's kind of what I've got mapped out. I'm now going to go into my concealer and just blend this in. And I always like to go on the edges first and then go upwards. Immediately yes, like immediately yes. Like guys, are we just gonna blend out the forehead real quick, and then we'll jump into the bronzer and bring this all together. We're gonna switch to the bottom side and just blend this in over here and blend that down, and this side too. This is literally my favorite part of makeup, when like my concealers start blending. Like yes, my fave. I like to do the concealer first and then the bronzer, and then go on the sides. At this point I'll go with a cream or liquid blush. It just depends what vibe I'm going for really. These three have been my favorites right now, but I think I'm gonna go with some made by Mitchell, my little combo that I've been doing forever. This is Cherry Cola and Where's SPF, and I kind of just layer this. So I always go in an angle upwards. So just put a little, because this red can really get crucial. Okay, she is pigmented. Put a little up here. And now I'm going to go with Cherry Cola, and I'm just going to use that on the insides right there. Then to blend this out, I'm going to use my Say. This is the dual-ended brush. I usually use this for my cream blushes, but I still like to use the brush. So I'm just going to use the bigger part and just really tap in and like blend upwards. And these blend so pretty. It's really not hard work, like you just gotta blend it upwards. When it comes to summer, I love a good blush, so I'm partial to blush binders. I don't mind. And I go back in with my beauty sponge with the concealer and just like diffuse it, make sure nothing's too harsh. Just blend upwards. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with our powder, and this is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake in the shade Kunafa. In summer, I kind of like to just stick to this one shade. Usually I will go brighter, but I feel like I like to keep it a little more demure, a little more simple, and it just works for me. And in general, I always use this powder. And just mattify. Now I'm gonna go with bronzer. I've been using this bronzer since it's like my most recent purchase. This is the Laguna bronzer in 08. And I'm just gonna bronze the skin. If I'm being honest, my Fenty Thick Mint bronzer is deeper than this one, and I kind of like the depth it gives me. So this one, I feel like I just gotta use it a bit more to really gather my thoughts, but I have been enjoying it. But right now I still feel like my Thick Mint is like, she's still got her #1 spot right now. But I'm just gonna pop this on. I'll go with another layer of powder. I'm using the same Huda Beauty Kunafa powder. I'm just gonna use a powder puff and like kind of do, I don't know if I'll call this a baking technique, I don't know, but this is just what I do. So I'll go in with some powder and I'm just gonna like tap it. I'm gonna go in with my blush, and this has been my favorite blush for so long. This is my NARS Exhibit A. I just always come back to her. She's just like the perfect blush. I love. So I'm going with an angled kind of blush brush and just apply this on the high points of my cheeks. This is my personal preference, but of course you can apply a little or a lot, whatever you want to do. But when it comes to summer, it's giving blush. It's giving a lot of blush. I also like to go up here as well, like right by the eye, bring it up. I'm gonna go in with the same powder puff and I'm just gonna melt that into the skin. So I'm just gonna tap down, and this also helps like kind of diffuse the blush as well and like tame it a little bit if I went too overboard. So usually I kind of go under my jawline to just like clean up. So using the same powder again, and I just kind of do a light layer of powder and just snatch that cheekbone. So not adding too much coverage, but just making sure that bronzer area is snatched and doesn't come down too low. This is something I've added to my makeup routine in general, and it really like helps. So at this point we're looking pretty matte, and it's time to just set this face down. So I have a new, well, kind of a new fave, should we say. We're still trying her, but this is the Tarte Life Lock. Oh, the way this makes my makeup set, but it also gives it like a glow. So gorgeous. Oh, there's one more step. So this Morphe Cloud Light Soft Veil Glow, this is like a little extra step since I do have it, and it's like it adds a bit of a glow to the face. Like wherever you put it, I would say put it before setting spray, because just putting it by itself you're really not going to see much on the skin, but once you set your face down you're going to see how it kind of like marinates in. I'm just gonna use, I used this yesterday, so we'll just use this. This is in the shade Sunset. It's in the deepest shade that they have, and I just kind of hit whatever would be like my highlight zone. So like just up here. You're really not going to see much until I set my face with a setting spray. Just anywhere where I usually like be highlighted at. My nose right here. You guys can see the glow that my skin has. I think the setting spray is a hydrating setting spray, so it does help with the glow in general. But this little Morphe, this is like a little secret weapon. So before I go into our lips and our final setting spray, I'm gonna use my face powder, which is this e.l.f. Halo Glow powder filter. And I just use this to kind of mattify, give a soft matte look to certain areas on my face. I'm just gonna use the same foundation brush, honestly. And I'm just gonna kind of set. Any areas I feel like need to be. Honestly, I don't do much to finish off the brows. I just do my e.l.f. brow laminating gel. I just add a little bit of that to keep the brows set, because I find that when I don't use a gel or like any kind of thing to set my brows, throughout the day they just kind of not disappear, but they just get less prominent. So I like to just add a gel. And then for lips, I feel like in summer you can literally do any lip you want to. I think I'm a gloss girl through and through, so that's usually what I go for. I'm going to start off with this Huda Beauty lip contour stain in the shade Rich Brown. Ugh, since I tried this is great. This is fantastic, and shout out to Huda for making lip stains for deeper skin, because we didn't have any. Like, we didn't have any at all. It was always these rosy nude shades that was not nude first. So I love that. It definitely stains the lips and stays on for a very, very long time. This, used as a lip liner, is perfect to keep that lip combo updated. Because you know, in the summer we're drinking drinks, we're having little picky bits, we're outside, okay, barbecues and all. I'm going to keep the lip combo popping and together. So this is like perfect for like the summer. So I have the shade Rich Brown, and you are meant to store it upwards. So I'm kind of holding it like this while I look for a mirror, and I'm just gonna line my lips with this. Okay, that's what we've got so far. I think I'm gonna do a second layer just to keep it, try and make it as deep as possible, because I have quite pink lips. So when I did try this, I feel like it looked deeper on other people, and I think it's just my lip color. So I'm gonna go over once it's kind of dry and just do another little layer. And that is pretty deep. This is actually the deepest I've gotten it since I've been using it. So definitely store it upside down and keep it upside down. Like, don't try and like play about with it. I'm also gonna go with my Morphe Richie liner. Not necessary, but I feel like personally I like the precision of a regular lip liner, so I just like to go over and just make sure like it's like how I want it, basically. So I'm just gonna make sure it's aligned how I want it. I don't know if you guys can tell, I just feel like that's more clean. I feel like with the Huda lip stain, it's not like a pencil, so it's not like, even though this isn't super sharp, it just gives me a bit more control. So that I can just kind of just like reinforce what I want. For lips today, I think I'm just gonna go with a lip butter. That honestly, lip oils, lip butters have been my thing. They've been hot on the market, haven't they? Like the last, like I'm gonna say the last year. But I have been loving this Rimmel Butter Me Up lip butter. I think it's like the vanilla, yeah, vanilla frost. It's literally like a clear kind of gloss. I'm gonna use that today. I'm loving a lip oil. I'm in my lip oil era. Always gonna be a gloss girl, because I feel like lip oils are basically glosses. They're just more moisturizing, in my opinion. I'm just gonna apply this on. Or should we do a little bit of a pink? Maybe we'll do a mix. I really should have got this in like a pinky shade. That's what I should have did. I'm just gonna pop this on the lips. And then I'm gonna go in with this Kiko lip gloss in 19. Just to give it a little color and blend in that liner. And then for the final step, we're just gonna go in for our one size setting spray. I feel like everyone knows about the setting spray. This keeps your makeup locked in, locked, padlocked with a key, like for real. So I'm just gonna use this. I always keep this on me. This is like second, third, fourth bottle, like I use all the time. This is just the original version. I'm just gonna spray over. So yeah guys, this is the finished look. This is my summer makeup. I would say this is a full face of makeup, but I've adjusted it to where it's appropriate and wearable for summer. So I've adjusted the product so my makeup definitely feels lighter. I make sure I use like primers, setting sprays to make sure my makeup lasts really long. It's just like wearable, comfortable, but still giving glam. So yeah, this is the finished look. It's giving summer vibes. I will leave all the products that I use in the description box. And yeah, I guess that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and took some tips away, and I'll see you guys in my next one.